Right. Behave now? Right. Behave now? Well, I can hear myself, so I'm going to close that fucking window. There's going to be an ad starting because we've just gone live again, technically. My apologies. But there's not much. Yeah, that's how it works, unfortunately. I mean, we're about due for another ad break anyway, but still, it's not a great feeling. Let's do this one. So, oh, no, maybe we can't. Oh, yeah, that crashed too. Wonderful. My display driver's crashed again. This has happened a handful of times. Everything locks up visually. I can hear everything and the computer is fine, but it locks up for a good 20 seconds. Then my screen's shut off. And when they come back, anything using the graphics card has crashed. And my screens have reset to factory fucking settings. So I can't see half the shit on my screen at the moment. Factory settings is usually fine, right? Unless you're trying to photo edit and things like that. Factory settings are usually fine. The problem is I have two gigantically bright beams of light facing me while I'm streaming. And so I have to turn the brightness down and muck around with a bunch of contrasts and stuff to make things look reasonable. So that I can see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna try to fiddle with that for a second. And see if I can, because I did, last time this happened, I did go through and set up new profiles for the screens. Dude, thank you so much for that. Much appreciated. Last time this happened, I did set up some memory stuff for the screens, but I don't know if factory settings means that that's fucked. That might actually be okay. It's this one that I usually have a problem with. Washes out of the color. Oh! Oh god, no, that's not what my setting. Okay. Oh dear. Oh dear. Better. Okay. Oh no! Lost. I can turn the brightness down so that I'm not dying. I mean, it's still not where it was, but it's better than it was, and I just need to be functional at the moment. Color adjustment, if I do use a color here as well. Oh, nope, that's different. Okay, that's fine. No, wrong button. Turn the brightness down. Alright. Oh, God, I hate this fucking... Getting two different screens to match is a nightmare. Oh, sorry. It's an absolute nightmare. None of that's going to help. Maybe it's contrast that I'm looking for. It just still looks washed out. I'm just gonna have to deal with it for now. It's fine. Well, it's not fine. I mean, at least I think it's a driver issue. Like, I can't think of anything else it could be. Oh, thank you, Spol, for the biddies. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Like, every time I've described it, people in chat are like, oh yeah, that sounds like drivers. But my drivers are always up to date. This is a weird compatibility issue somewhere. This shouldn't happen. You know. With my limited knowledge, I've been told it sounds like a driver issue, so that's what I'm going with. If anyone has any other ideas of what I could check, because I know my drivers are up to date. Both screens freeze up. It's not just the game. Both screens freeze up. Can't move my mouse, can't do keyboard input. I mean, I probably can do that stuff, but it's not actually showing. And then after 10 to 20 seconds, they both go black for approximately 2 to 3 seconds. And then they come back, and you know when you have a thing crash and it comes back and it's like the empty frame of the window, and then this element comes back, and then this element, and then the rest of it kind of fills in over the course of about 5 seconds or so. That's what it does when the screens come back on. And when they come back on, all of my custom settings are wiped from the physical screens. When I've gone into the Windows settings, they're the same. They haven't reset. But the screens with the buttony bits on the bottom, those have reset to factory settings. So if you are a techie person and that sounds like an issue that you've had experience with, you don't need to tell me how to, I don't need like a tutorial or anything like that. That's okay. I'm not asking you to work for me. But if someone has an idea of what it could be, something that I could then go and Google and figure out how to fix and prevent from happening in the future. It's happened maybe 8 or 9 times over the past year. It's not, or okay, that's probably, it happens every few months. Like it's a few, not even every month, but it's like every 2 or 3 months maybe that it happens. So it's not common, but when it does happen, it takes me a good hour and a half to try to figure out what the fuck settings I had. And clearly when I set up the profiles, it didn't work. They've been wiped as well. So I need to actually set them up how I want them and then go in and write down all of the values, which is just time I do not have. And now when I'm alt-tabbing, all of the windows I haven't looked at have like a blank window with the title and the icon of the program, because it hasn't created a preview for it yet. Hopefully that makes sense, because I'm not great with, anyway. It feels like I have a sheet of white organza over my second screen. That's how washed out it looks. It's really frustrating. Well done, Dupe on first. Ali on second, Duran on third. So you're having too much fun, decided to ruin it, clearly. Hello, Tom. You're doing very well, thank you. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well as well. Back, thank you. Well done on last, Erica. Yeah, I think it's a driver issue, Sam. I don't have enough knowledge to be able to say that for certain. I'm just regurgitating what others have told me. Why not? That's so sweet if you do. Oh dear. Hello, Daz. Welcome back. Food was a salad, so greens and dressing, with Mexican-inspired pork shoulder. That is like smooth like butter. Like you can mash it apart. So I killed Illyriel. That's where we were up to. Those issues are difficult to diagnose. That's what I thought. Like, yeah. Look, if there's there's anyone who feels like they would be able to help with the diagnosis and there's additional info you need, like log files or any of that kind of stuff, I am more than happy to sort out that kind of information. Run it once per day or something. That, right? That's it. I mean, at that moment, I was up against a wall with 1,000,001 spell effects going off right in my face. But I've done more intense graphical stuff in the last month. So why has it only happened now? And it hasn't happened for 2 or 3 months, you know? Like, the other things that I'm thinking is maybe it's the graphics card dying. Slowly but surely. Like it's just starting to falter and fail, or maybe there's a loose connection somewhere, but I mean, the PC doesn't move, so if it's a loose connection, surely it'd happen when I touch it. Like, you know, so it's like, another thing is maybe my power supply is failing, and it's not pumping out enough juice, and so the GPU is shutting down because it's not getting enough juice.
Such insolence.
Like, do you know what I mean? There are a bunch of things I've thought about it possibly being.
See for yourself the cruel frozen void.
I don't know how to
lies
confirm
beyond
any
the
of that.
margin of Azeroth's skies.
That would have been worse, right? That's it. So it's something, whatever it is, it's not caused by activity. It's caused by just some kind of fluctuation somewhere in the system, triggering an oopsie.
The Burning Legion, slayers of whole worlds. Could we hope to resist?
Power supply or RAM stick.
Can you?
Well, I've installed a new RAM stick,
As the stars
and this is the
wax,
first time
so
it's
your
happened
lives
since I got that
wane.
new RAM stick many months ago, and it happened multiple times prior to getting the new stick. So unless it's something that could happen where the original stick is failing, and it's making that happen, I would probably lean towards power supply. But could be neither. Yay! That's the problem, isn't it, Erica? Jesus.
Is that not enough? Must I show you the true horror of our reality?
I have been thinking about doing
Very
a
well.
replacement, right? We were talking about it literally
Witness what I
yesterday.
have seen, and
So,
tremble!
I might just need to move up that timeline.
Of non-existence,
Could be something overheating.
knowing
I doubt that.
but hunger.
I doubt that
These are the
very
beings
muchly.
who will
If it was something
devour
overheating,
the
my
future
PC is
you
on
so
24
futilely
hours a
fight
day,
to
7 days a week.
protect.
I do regularly restart it, but I don't shut it off to cool down. And if it was something overheating, I would imagine that it would shut down completely until it cooled off, not just and then turning straight back on again. Does that make sense? I mean, I could be wrong on that. That's just my logic brain trying to figure out how that would function. But that makes logical sense to me about how that would work. That being said, it very well could be something overheating. It just doesn't make much sense to me. Alright, how'd your Mythic Plus go? It went really well, Zero. I got KSM. There is indeed a moment. Finish.
The stars have judged
My
you
diagnostic flow
and
for these
found
weird
you
issues is 1, reinstall Windows, 2, replace parts, old school, F disk and reload, yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. I mean, I could reinstall Windows. I think. I'd have to create a restore, like I'd have to create an install disk from this version of Windows, because I don't think I've got the install disks. I think it came done. But you can make it on a USB these days, right? You plug a USB in and Windows makes itself an install file on that stick, yes? And then you just boot from the stick.
I confess, I enjoyed seeing him humbled.
And that wouldn't actually affect, because I have all my program installs are on a separate hard drive. So I could wipe the Windows hard drive and start fresh. Windows Media Creation Tool, yeah, that's it. The only problem is, with how much work I'm doing, that's a several hour process. Is it still it's been a while since I've done it. Does it still take a few hours to get to work through? No, well, probably not. But I mean, I know that you can install, because I've helped somebody do a fresh restore fairly recently. And it gave the option, you know, just reinstall Windows but retain all programs and files, and that's what I'd start with. But the problem is, I wouldn't know if it's worked until it happens again, because it's such a rare thing. It only happens every handful of months. I can't test it, you know? Such. Well, my internet's fast enough to stream, so my upload is great, but my download is also pretty substantial. The Windows is on an SSD, so that helps with write speed and stuff. But yeah, I don't have 3 hours without I can't really do 3 hours with PC. Well, I mean, I have the laptop, but there's a lot of stuff that I do for stream that has to be done on this PC because I have one license for the software and I can't put that on the laptop and stuff. So it's, yeah. But again, I wouldn't know if it worked until although it has been a while since I've reinstalled Windows. It's probably due. I mean, it runs I've run an F disk recently. How recently was that? I mean, a few months back, but I've done that kind of shit. And it defrags everything every week or so. Crash graphics card wasn't slotted in properly. I feel like, given how much I use the graphics card, if it wasn't slotted properly, I'd be having far more issues than every 2 or 3 months. But I can definitely check it. Yeah, just given that I stream 24 hours a week. Like, if it wasn't sitting right, surely I'd be crashing far more often, given how much I put it through its paces. Which is why it makes me think more like it's dying rather than it's not plugged in properly. It's just every so often conking out a little bit and forgetting that it has a driver. Oh, that didn't fucking help, did it? Windows event viewer. Oh, no? Why is this all web event? Web thingies. Not views, good lord. Event log Windows 10. Open event viewer. How do I fucking do that, you wankers? I'm literally typing it into the search bar and it's not coming up. It's not called the Windows event viewer. It's called the event viewer. Good. Alright. In the console tree, expand Windows logs. Then click security. No, that's security event log. That's not what I want. I want system. System. Ha! Yeah, okay, there's like 7. No, not 7. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Scroll. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 events. Good. We have a start. And I had another warning at 9:10. Oh, I don't care about that. That's fine. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of those were warnings and the rest were errors. And display, all the warnings are display. It's display drivers. This is, yep, display driver blah stopped responding and has successfully recovered. 857.13. 857.18. 857.18. 857.18. 857.19. It's recovered. 22, 25, 26 recovered. 29, 31, 32 recovered. 35, 36 recovered. 37, 37, 38, 38. No recovery there. Good. Okay. It's all the same code though, which is good. I don't know if I should say it aloud because I don't know if it's something that identifies my PC or something. I don't know. It's NVIDIA. You will only see this error on Vista and Windows 7. No. Yeah, you will only see this error on Windows Vista and Windows 7. However, this was also posted 14 years ago, so I don't think that's going to be useful. $2023. No. I have numlock on. It's not a blue screen though, this is the problem. Everyone here is talking about blue screens, but I don't have a blue screen. And I don't have the event ID that they're all talking about either. Oh, it might be the motherboard. Okay. Okay. But this is people saying that they're blue screening every day, so, and that's just not what I'm experiencing, so. Now, Windows key, start typing event. Not now. Why not now, dude? This is fun. Help me troubleshoot. What's the first one? They are all identical. V? All of them are identical. No worries, Paul. Enjoy your meeting. Hope it goes well. Disk 3 has been surprise removed. That's great. Surprise! Yeah, they're all, the wording for every single one of them is identical. The only difference between all of these events is the timestamp. And some of them are the same. So yeah, it's the same device, same everything. There's a Microsoft Answers thing where people are, there's a person who was blue screening on January 21st, 2023, and they said, your motherboard, because out of the mini dump file, it said your motherboard seems to be out of date. So, fuck, that's not a BIOS. I don't want to update a BIOS during a stream. That's not going to go well at all. So we're going to not. But oh my god, my screens are hurting my eyes.
I alone have mastered the delicate intertwining.
Hello, KCDC. I hope you're doing very well today. Welcome on in. What happened was during stream approximately half an hour ago ish. I was killing Spellblade Illyriel, and my PC locked up for about 20 seconds, 30 seconds-ish. And I could hear, the sound was perfectly fine. It was flowing, the music was playing. It wasn't doing that stuttering thing. The sound was fine, but the screens were locked. I had no ability, I couldn't move the mouse or do any input with the keyboard, but it might have actually been registering the input, but not displaying it because it was the screens that were locked and the audio was fine. After that period of time elapsed, screens went down. 2 to 3 seconds later, they came back up, but not all at once. You know how it'll load up like the frame of the window and then this chunk of the window and then that chunk of the window, and it kind of pieced it together as a mosaic over the space of 2 to 3 seconds. Very quick, but still noticeable. And when that happened, both of my screens were reset to factory settings. And that's the bit that pisses me off, because factory settings is fine for most people, but when you're being blinded by 2 key lights for 6 hours, 4 days a week, you need the screens to be a little bit adjusted for that. I need them a little deeper and a little darker and then not quite as bright, and like the contrast is tweaked and stuff, so that I can actually see what I'm doing properly and so that I don't get as much eye strain. Because that's a really big problem for like live streamers who do long streams like I do. Eye strain's a really big problem, or can be, especially with the, yep. And I've had it happen before. It's happened a handful of times, but it's rare. Like really rare. Like I was saying before, like every 2 to 3 months, but now that I'm really thinking about it, it could even be as far out as like 5 to 6 months. It's really, really uncomfortable. The problem is though, every time it happens, I've got to sit here and spend an hour to an hour and a half getting my fucking screens right again. Because it just doesn't, it wipes my profiles as well. Last time it happened, I set up a profile so that I could bump it straight to that, and it hasn't, the profile's gone. So, it's just, and also it crashes the stream. So anything that was using graphics, like went splat. So OBS went splat, WoW went splat, stream readers went splat, everything went splat. So,
when the light dies,
just not really what you want to be dealing with on a Monday evening, you know? But yeah, so Dupe suggested I check out the event viewer, and I did. 17 events, all within 60 seconds. And it's all the same thing. It's a display driver fucking out. So, yeah. The question is, why? Why has the display driver fucked out? That's the big question. Because it's up to date. Everything's updated and all that kind of stuff.
Careful not to singe the buds as you burn.
Why? What is it incompatible with? That's the big, several $1,000 question. But I am planning on a rebuild relatively soon, a couple of months, I think.
So do you.
And I'm planning a rebuild, so fingers crossed that'll solve it. But it may not. It might be an issue with the driver, and that same driver may apply to my new GPU when I get it. So who knows? I just feel bad just to say I'm not a computer doctor. I'm not your computer doctor. Well done, Dupe. I love it. Phenomenal. Absolutely amazing.
So the palace.
Yes, this might help diagnose, but do a true. Of course.
What can I say? He took his job.
I trust some of you. Look, some of you have been around for a really long time, and I feel like if you were going to try to screw me over, you would have done it by now. You know, unless you're playing like a long game, in which case, like, kind of impressed. But there are a good handful of you that I would very much trust about this. However, I do 100% accept that if I make any changes or do any whatsits, it is 100% on me. And I'm probably not going to go doing anything without like Googling it and finding more evidence that that's something that might help as well. But yeah, this thread that I found most recently is talking about updating BIOS. So I might see if that's, like, I update my drivers really frequently, but I'm not sure how long it's been since I've done the BIOS. So yeah. Indeed, if you are looking to upgrade your PC, maybe reach out to Fractal. They've got some great recommendations. Like I relatively recently asked, hey, if these are the bits I'm looking at getting, what would you recommend for a like build for a case and stuff? And they've sent me a couple of really lovely options to look at. So, look, say maybe we can.
has affiliate code. Use the thing. Go to link. Buy your shit.
It is not an affiliate code, to be clear. I am sponsored by Fractal, by Fractal Design, and what that means is they pay me monthly, regardless of whether or not people actually purchase because of me. So they pay me monthly, and I may or may not be trying to sneakily line up a sponsorship for a PC build stream. Look, I'm trying. Don't hold me to it, but I'm trying. Do you have any program to monitor your PC whilst you use it? One that shows you your RAM usage, etc.? No, because any of that will use more of it, and I'm already streaming, running multiple games for stream and all sorts of other bits and pieces for programs there, and my computer is not new. It's not a potato, but it's not new. My PC is approaching 5 years old, and I don't want to put it at any sort of risk of not having the optimum operating what's-its for stream. That's my number one priority. But I don't really need to see what all that, like, I mean, Task Manager will do that for you. If you don't need a program that monitors that, you just fucking pull open Task Manager. It does it for you. So, yeah, but no. I don't really need to know what the usage is. I know what's happened because the event viewer has told me that I have 4 warnings about the fact that my display driver has recovered and 13 warnings that my display drivers have cocked it. So I know what's happened. It's got nothing to do with my RAM usage or CPU usage or anything like that. My drivers have died. And that's fine. So I'm going to follow through with that. It's giving me a bunch of error codes and things, and I'm going to do some Googling after stream, and we'll get there. We'll get there.
Fester and die.
That might help, yeah. Nope. It's entirely possible your GPU is having intermittent issues depending on its age. 1060 is close to 7 years old at this stage, so you got yours around launch time. As I said, Pyro, computer's 5 years old. Approaching 5. That's when I bought all of it. It's approaching 5. Yeah. But these issues have been going on for a couple of years, so it's not something that's new. This is I don't think it's age related. Again, there are events saying that it's the drivers specifically, so I'm going to start with that line of investigation. I appreciate all the help that everyone has contributed. We have found the cause,
Feed my hunger,
and I'm gonna do some investigation into that personally off stream, and see if there is any indication from others experiencing the same issue as I am with the same events that are linked to elsewhere. I will figure it out from there. Found a copper for it. Yeah, I reckon, honestly, look, I usually do a rebuild around the 5-year mark. And that's what I'm hoping to do relatively soon. And hopefully it will no longer be an issue, but yeah, look. It's one of those things, you know, like, it doesn't happen often enough for me to invest 7 hours into finding a fix, because the problem is, I won't even know whether or not it's fixed for like 5 or 6 months, maybe. Because I won't know that it's broken, and I won't know that it didn't work until it happens again, and it happens so infrequently already. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's such a pain in the ass like that it's like, is it even worth, like, the only problem is when it happens, it causes a huge effect. And it takes hours for me to actually set back up and recover fully from the issue. That's the, yeah. that's my big oh no with it. But look. Discord, yeah.
Impossible. You are inferior.
Right? Yeah, it's like, This big issue that happens every 6 months.
In the third
Should I fix it? Like, or should I just deal with it when it happens? How much time am I actually going to save
the
myself?
demon hunter's spirit is pleased that the Dreadlord has met another painful end.
Multitasking. Alright, God, I feel like I want to sit here with my eyes closed because the screens are just, so the issue, I tend to have my, like, not just the brightness on my screens turned down, but at the moment it feels like, you know, if you get like a really sheer white cloth, like muslin cloth or something like that, like you can see stuff through it quite easily, but you can also see that there's white in front of it. It feels like I have that over both my screens. And it's just, it's drilling into the back of my skull. Guess what I'm doing tonight? Tasty bubbles here. Kernan, No Manner, and Rioge, congratulations to all of you on your bonus ship. Well done. No, I already did that one. This one is the one I'm trying to do. And this will be our last battle as well. Cannot run overtime tonight because I need to sit here and fix my goddamn screens. Alright, Archer. Bonk. But yeah, keep an eye out for a special event. Fia rebuilds her PC. Just trust me on that one. Yeah. Okay. Oh, no, I'm done here. Good. Let's go the other way. So, Tick is dead. I've done Botanist. I've done Star Augur. So I'm going to go down and smack Croesus. Like, naughty, bad Croesus. Stop breaking the bridge. 65. Look, she can kill things, but she's not exactly the most powerful of critters. Oh, excuse me. New PC, very interested in special event. Noted. But yeah, I figure, like, if I'm going to do something that's directly related to streaming, like build a PC, why the hell would I not make an event out of that, right? So yeah, look, we'll see. Can I just give a shout out for the awesome chap who sets up their Brutus or mailbox right at the IF Bank? Yas! There are so many, like, every so often you see stuff like that and they just kind of sit there for a while. It's so nice. So lovely. tentacles from my poking through the portal. I love that. You see. Yeah, the little tentacles that were poking through the green portal. So cute. So cute. Sinuses. Second smack, so I think he's actually going to break the bridge. Because I didn't get him down to 33%.
Embrace agony.
There we go.
Everything you love will burn.
Smash.
Shatter your world.
And then he'll die.
Azeroth must burn.
Transmog.
That was for Tyrion Fordring, monster. Grosus may not have struck the killing blow, but he played a part in our great champion's fall. Trust?
Zoom. Alright, Elisand. Let's go. Oh, excuse me. Thank you, Sam.
I foresaw your coming, of course. The threads of fate that led you to this place.
Elson, nobody
Your
cares.
desperate
Come down and
attempt
fight
to
me.
stop the Legion.
Oh, hydrate.
My people faced a similar dilemma. I peered into all possible
Oh, there's
futures
another
in
one.
search of an answer. And found only one. The Legion's victory is inevitable. Every time stream shows it to be so. Had we resisted, they would have taken the Nightwell by force and left us bereft of it. I could not allow my people to starve, to waste away without its energy sustaining us. So a bargain was struck. Now I see a future where the Legion is victorious, and my people endure. This is the thread that must be preserved. I will do everything in my power to make it so. Your deaths ensure the future of the Nightborn. Come forward, then. Let us speed you towards your fate.
Yes, let's.
Your timelines end here!
So much blabbing. So much blabbing.
Let the waves of time crash over you! You exist in but a single moment. I am far less limited. You'll find time can be quite volatile. Let the waves of time crash over you. The threads of time answer to me. Time shifts again, and your doom draws near. You'll find time can be quite volatile.
There are two puddles here. Okay. Ah, in Mythic she must have spawned one, like one in the first round, two in the three. God, it's really time.
Let the waves of time. Time is slipping away. How can it be so? It's not possible. I was.
I've been getting all these Vantage Rune techniques. Feels good. Build out the collection.
In all the possible futures I scried, I did not foresee one in which you were victorious.
Too late. I am unstoppable. My will is unbreakable. Strike for Sargeras. You'll never escape my grasp. Behold, power given forth. I am
Ashes of you. My will is unbreakable.
Moment to reclaim. Hey, Async, welcome back.
Ashes of you.
Hope you're doing well.
Behold.
If it drops,
Power given form. No
That's a
more
good question.
distractions. I have work to do. Surrender. I may yet show mercy.
we can help decide.
For all you hold.
Nice try.
From within.
Props for the attempt.
Behold. Power
Well, they're monthly, right?
given form.
They're monthly. So what do we have on this month? We've got today is Mount Fun Monday. We've got Wednesday is supposed to be weekly raid, but we're not. I don't think we're raiding. So it's gonna be like Forbidden Reach, clear the new vault.
We can't stop him.
Why won't
We may have the Ancient Salamantha drop from killing the rares. We may get the Mammoth out of the vault.
Keep
But
pressing,
I
champion.
don't think those are like super duper amazingly special things personally, but I mean some people might think otherwise. Friday is pets. So, again, not really. I mean, we'll probably get a bunch of pets. Who knows how many, but we'll probably get a bunch. And then transmog on Sunday, so there's a potential to get the final pattern from Molten
Deny
Core.
the Legion's
That could probably,
master
like,
a
clocking
host.
Molten Core is probably a moment, honestly.
I am Gul'dan. I am darkness.
We won't finish Temple.
imbued.
Like, there's no way in hell I can finish Temple.
Presume to
And then
challenge
Mount Fun
its
Monday again on Monday, so
Such
it could be
arrogance.
this mount that drops, it could be one from Antorus.
Behold the shadow of what is to
Then again,
come.
weekly raids will be again the weekly reset thing. On
Endless
Thursday we have the Pank 1
darkness
stream.
shall consume
That's our charity stream there, so that might be something that we
not
achieve. Like that's a if we hit goals there, that could be pretty awesome. And then toy farming on Friday, and then transmogging on the Sunday.
of the demon within.
So there's not a bucket. The only thing I think that I would be very much like that is 100% alone then would be clocking off.
Behold the flames of Azanoth.
Because it's 5 per month.
Feel the power of the demon within. Behold the flames of Azanoth. He will yet
I was so terrified he was going to disappear and one-shot me with that stupid beam. For a moment. Right, and look at that! 10 PM. How perfect is that? Oh boy. I think Zam and I will have a discussion about May separately and privately. About what might happen in May that may be considered momentous. But for April, I think Molten Core is potential. And I reckon the Mythic Mount's probably a potential as well. I think those are probably the two But then there's Antorus, the Antorus mount as well. So if I manage to get both of those to drop next Monday, and we clock Molten Core, so that, you know, it's, yeah, momentous May moments. Look, I hope so. I know what's coming. I know what's coming, and I hope that you guys will enjoy it. I hope you guys will enjoy it, and I hope that it works out the way I'm planning. Because there's some, there are some variables that I need to lock in. But that is a job for you over the next couple of weeks. To lock some stuff in. But I hope that you will enjoy the rest of April and May. And June, because remember, Partniversary in June. Partniversary in June, that's coming up. How much does Warcraft cost? Okay, so there is obviously there's a payment for the Dragonflight expansion, and that will depend on which version of the game that you want. And I don't think I can actually see it in here because I already own Dragonflight. I can probably tell you, I can tell you in Australian dollars, but because it converts them automatically. But you'll need to look at your own Battle.net store. It's usually like shop.battle.net or something. I think is the website that you'd look at. Where's Warcraft? World of Warcraft. Where's the expansion? So AUD $59.95 for the base version of Dragonflight. However, you can play up to Shadowlands with just the monthly sub. So what that means is that like you can purchase a month of subscription, you can play it, and if you're enjoying it, then you can continue your sub, and then when you get to 60, you can buy Dragonflight if you wanted to space it out a bit like that. I'm trying to find game time. That like no 60 days is $39.95 Australian, but that's not like if you're setting up a subscription, it's so you can just purchase just 60 days rather than having it automatically charge, because some people can't do that. Some people need to decide month to month whether or not they can afford to play, and that, or 60 days to 60 days I should say, and that's totally reasonable. So you do have that as an option. There it is, World of Warcraft subscription. So it's from $17.25 a month. So 1 month is $19.95 per month. 3 months is $18.60 per month, which is $55.80 in one go for 3 months, 90 days. And then 6 months is $17.25 per 6 months. And so that's charged as a lump sum of $103.50. So you could go for your $19.95. Again, this is all in Australian dollars because that's all I can see in my regional store. You could get the $19.95 just for 1 month. Give it a try, see what you think. Worst case, you're out $20. If you enjoy it, you can maybe pop on a subscription for a longer period of time. And then when you get to the point where you hit 60 or you're close to 60, you can purchase Dragonflight and then continue right through to 70. If that is what you wanted to do. But yeah, I do like that you have that option. It's almost like a run, a test go. I expect it to be cheap since it's quite old, but it's not, It's not quite old. The most recent patch was only a month or 2 ago. That's new content. It's not an old... I mean, the game has been around for a long time, but the content is not old. It's not the same as, for example, going and picking up a copy of Halo, where there have been no updates, no changes to the game, no patches, no new content, no new DLC. That's not the same as purchasing World of Warcraft. Dragonflight was only released at the end of November. That's a new game. You can't compare those two like that. It's not possible. Nothing pushed to future fear. I'm sure she'll love all these things when the time comes, always. My problem, Zam, is that I think of a thing and I go, oh, I should do a thing about that. And then I jump into mod chat, as you've bloody well seen now, and I brain dump, and then I get caught up in it, and I get like, yeah, I want to do this now, and I want to, oh, I have this idea, and I have that idea, and then I do stuff, and then I'm like, fuck. I've now spent 3.5 hours working on this thing that I'm not going to be even able to action for another fucking God knows how long. Fuck. So yeah, no, I'm very bad at this. Stu, thanks for leaving a message. You're very welcome, Daz. You're very, very welcome. Right, okay, we're done. We're gonna do this. Early battle. I reckon. Sad tonight? Absolutely, Desir, always. Thank you for the well wishes. Hope you had a brilliant night. Good. Alrighty. Congratulations to a person whose name I'm unable to pronounce. To Liz, to Life, and to Joofy. Congratulations to all of you on your bonus ship. Well done. Let us go back to here. As we were talking about earlier, trying to figure out what momentous things may be happening for the rest of the month. On Wednesday, it is not actually a raid night. I think there's a chance we might do another run of Razageth to get... There's a guildie who hasn't got... Why are the captions? Oh, there we go. There's a guildie who hasn't got AOTC, so when they are available, they're going to pull a run together. So that might happen on Wednesday, I don't know. But the plan is Forbidden Reach, collecting, clearing it out, trying to bump up that percentage. Do the Vault, the Zagera Vault, all that kind of stuff. Friday is pet hunting. Sunday will be transmog hunting. And next Monday, back to Mount Farm Monday, bashing our heads against Mythic Nighthold, try to unlock some of those skips, all that kind of fun stuff. It'll be great. I hope you'll join us. Let's do these. A raid. Boop. Grab your copy paste. If you do not have the Fiamma Hype emote, either because you are not a subscriber or because you have not unlocked it using your channel points, either route is totally fine. You can still copy and paste the entire message, delete where it says Fiamma Hype and replace it with your favorite happy, hypey, celebratory emote and drop it into Hannah's chat when we get there. Hannah Biela is a wonderful, lovely human. I hope you'll come and say hello. She's currently playing some Minecraft. She's also heading to DreamHack. If any of you are in Melbourne or going to Melbourne for DreamHack, I believe she's on a panel with some of the other Team OCE leadership, which is awesome. So I hope that you'll show us some love. Take care of yourselves. Be nice to each other. And I'll see you on Wednesday. All the love. Mwah. Bye, guys. Job's done.